So, rolling?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so I have a good one. I have a good intro. So, two brothers, two clubs, one never ending rivalry.
I'm Joshua, repping the Blaugrana with pride. Because real football is played the Barca way.
Shut up. And I'm David, cool, composed, and always loyal to the kings of Europe. Ala Madrid!
Glory Hunters.
Shut up. This is Split by the Badge, where family meets football and sparks always fly. From El Clasico clashes to transfer drama, Champion League nights to La Masia debates.
We break it all down, one heated argument at a time. And trust me, it does get personal.
I mean, it does, obviously.
Yeah.
So, you are listening to Split by the Badge. Let's kick off. So, first of all, why did we start this podcast?
So like we have already introduced, I am a Barca fan, he's a Madrid fan, and you know कि घर पे कैसा rivalry हो जाता है. In any fan club, it doesn't even matter if you're like rival fan clubs. If you support any, suppose for example, I support Arsenal, he supports Real Madrid, still we'll be like who's better. But the reason why
your best friends support United, Liverpool.
Yeah, and still they think that they can debate like who is better. Like it doesn't make
they
sense.
think they can debate against the Spanish league.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So yeah, now we talk about why the name Split by the Badge. So the reason we have kept Split by the Badge is because, like you said, we are brothers, and the badge always splits us whenever it comes to a match day, or if it even comes to any debate or any.
I think
thing.
the only thing we can agree on is that it's called football, not soccer.
Yeah.
That's
Football,
the only
football.
thing I think we can
Yes.
unanimously agree on. So, as you said, which club? You are Barca fan. So why? Why did you start supporting Barca?
Okay, so basically, it was around 17 or 18 since I got to start watching football like properly on a phone. That was because we don't have a TV or anything at home, so because of that, like,
We never had one.
yeah, so we just whenever we
And I
could
believe at that time it wasn't even properly streaming.
yeah, I think so. Or you could just get the highlights on
I think it
YouTube
was
and stuff.
streaming on pirated sites. I'm not too sure if on proper streaming services. I mean, anyways, we didn't have much access to it.
Yeah, we didn't have much access, and I think we can both agree that we both started watching by just watching Ronaldo's skills or like Messi left.
Messi dribbling past
yeah.
the Madrid defense at one point.
Yeah,
I
and then
remember.
especially that Athletic Club one, which he like. Apparently, people called him an alien because of that game, and he definitely yes, he is.
I remember that one.
So now we talk about Barca. Okay, so around we know that they always play beautiful football ever since the olden times, since Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho was the one who like majority
Yes,
of the Barca fans legit started loving football because of Ronaldinho, the older ones, and then slowly how Xavi, Iniesta, the tiki taka, the beautiful football which Barca played. And then I started watching around, like I said, 17, 18, and the first match I properly remember watching was the Roma game, in which we won the first leg 4-1 in the 17-18 season.
Yeah.
And I was
I think
like,
it was 11th April 2018
must
or
be, yeah.
1st August. Which one? Both of
It
them.
won't be
I think.
August. It'll be in the previous season. So
Okay, then it was April.
must be
Yeah,
April.
it must have been the April one.
So yeah, so then
Because that was the. Sorry to cut you off. That was the saddening thing that twice in that year you all had lost. I remember that. It was April and August, if I'm not mistaken.
no, I don't know about that. But then, so coming to that game, we won the first game 4-1 at home. So I thought, yeah, the second leg we're anyway going to reach into the finals. और वो टाइम पे I didn't even know कि away role क्या होता है.
क्या होता है, right?
Because in the Champions League, yeah, I mean, obviously, I did bring excitement, but all that time when I was like around 14, I think. So that time you don't know about those things. I mean, generally in those times, because we didn't have a phone and all that, so we didn't know about all that stuff. But then when the second leg came, we won like we lost 3-0.
Correct.
And
Yeah, so I was right. That 1st August was the game 4-2 we all lost
against
Roma. Roma won 4-2. Not sure which one.
must
A
have been
Champions Cup.
yeah, it was a
It was a Champions
it was a friendly, I think, in the US or something. It must have been in. So yeah, so then we lost the game 3-0, and I thought it's going to go to extra time. But as soon as the whistle blew, the Roma fans started celebrating, the Roma players started celebrating, and Barca players were like down and sad. So I thought, ki aisa kya ho raha hai bhai? And then I started checking on news and stuff to see, and then it said Barca got knocked out. And I was like, huh? I was like, how does Barca knocked out? And then I got to know ki aisa kuch away rules is there, and then the aggregate score and all that stuff. So that
and
like
that time it was the thing about who scores the more away goals wins. Now
yeah,
they
if
took out
even
that
if it's a
rule.
draw, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that made football interesting, but yeah, nah. So what about anyway, then I started watching football more, and then thoda sa I got more into football, and then Barca became my home because of that. Now you
Yeah.
tell me why. Since when did you start supporting Madrid?
This jersey, this very season, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the 17? 16, 17?
I think so. This one was for the 17, or it must have been 16.
Yeah, around that time. I remember 9th or 10th standard I was in at that time. And it was Asensio who was playing. It was Ronaldo who was playing. It was a time also, I believe, when we were playing against Barcelona and Umtiti shoved Ronaldo and Ronaldo got a card saying it was diving. I think it was that same season.
Must be, yeah, I think so.
I think it was that very season or the next season. I remember
I think it was the
around
Super
time
Cup.
where
Y'all won. Y'all
I'm not
beat
too
us in the
sure.
Super
I don't
Cup.
remember that exactly, but it was around the time where I had started watching the football. I hadn't watched much before that. I mean, as you were saying, because of the streaming,
Yeah.
I mean, lack of being able to watch it. But, I mean, seeing Ronaldo play, seeing the entirety of Madrid play actually, and I think it can lead me back to a few years ago where, though I still not get to watch, but the YouTube, as you were saying, David Beckham, Zidane, Carlos, Ronaldo, R9, even Figo. These were like at that time the stars, especially David Beckham, since my name is also David. So, I mean, it was that connection that you feel when you're a kid. You try to get some meaning, and that was the
definitely.
one who pulled me in. So, and he when came to Madrid, played as number 23, and I remember he was like that was something that I used to love. And I think when I was small, my football coach had given me a United jersey with David Beckham's time United jersey. It was that net one. I don't remember what was the sponsor. I'm not too sure. I think it was written Umbro. It was the Umbro one.
AIG. I don't know if it was. No, wait, AIG.
No,
I'm
no, no. It
sure
was not
about
AIG. No, anyways, it was the old jersey. And since then, United, I used to like United a lot when I was a kid, and then went to Madrid. I mean, it was always it was a household name at that time. Madrid, and I used to. It slowly ingrained in you. Then I started watching Madrid play. Started loving them. Started falling in love with the game. Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, how they used to dominate the midfield. I mean, no, he will disagree, saying Iniesta and Xavi would, but
definitely.
I mean, I say this also. That's not a competition between who is better. It's which team won that season, how they played, how they performed. That I don't consider an overall thing. I mean, that's just me, but don't consider something overall. I say it for that season, for that game. Someone had a bad game, someone had a good game, and I remember consistently Modric, Kroos, Casemiro, especially Casemiro being the glue that he was over the years. Made led Madrid to so many defensive dominations, let's say. Though he was a CDM, he used to play as the CDM at one point, and he would hold that entire defense. So, I mean, that was something that I loved. Ronaldo's finishing, Bale's speed, the way he would take over the opponent's defense just because of his speed, just because of his breakthrough runs. There were so many factors. Navas was a charm to watch him keep. Ramos, the sliding tackles, the things. I mean, it was banter when after he would tackle Barcelona player or any other player, how it would be. So it was that was my thing growing up, and I mean, 2017, 2018, and then 18 he left. But then to see Madrid climb back into that status after having Courtois in goal with a bad season. So I mean, all of those things together, Hazard having a bad season, and then them coming back from all of that and coming back to the top. Over the years, it built something up inside me that made me fall in love with this. So, yeah, that's the thing why I love Madrid. And
Just to cut you short, I think Ramos left in 21 to PSG.
21 was
I
it?
think that was the same season Messi signed for PSG.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, during lockdown. It was during
it was
lockdown.
after. It was just after the lockdown
Correct,
season. I
correct.
remember
That's
because I
right.
think
You're
I
right, you're
seen
right.
him because Messi as well was there in the last season. I think even Varane was there in that El Clasico during the rain.
That was the time I believe Chelsea.
Chelsea won the Champions League that
Chelsea
21,
dominated us
22.
also. I think
21,
that was the
22.
one where
Yeah.
Chelsea dominated us.
Yeah.
Ramos and Varane's 2 own goals. I think it was that
Varane's
same season.
2 own goals. I think was the in
Or
which
was that
match?
Liverpool? Either Liverpool or Chelsea.
No, I
know.
think Varane's was the City match where even Jesus had scored. He took the ball from him and all
yeah,
that.
maybe might have
So
been
I think that
City,
was a
might have been City. Yeah, I know
2021
it's
game.
some Premier League team.
I think it was the pink jersey all had won that season. I'm not sure.
Maybe I'm not too sure, but I remember that that feeling. Let's say. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. What's going on in football now?
So the talk of the town right now is of course the Arsenal Madrid game in the Champions League.
Don't start there, please. That's something that's been eating us for the entire week.
Rice overcooked.
Ouch. Yeah, no. I mean, that made me. That surprised me. The way he took those free kicks. Both the free
they
kicks.
were definitely awesome. They were superb.
Too good. I mean,
Top bins.
we deserved to wins. There was nothing that we could do, or even if there was, he deserved those goals. I mean, it was
Yeah,
a
definitely.
thing of beauty.
They were beauties indeed.
It was really a thing of beauty. So I mean, and just that third goal was just the icing on the cake for them.
Yeah, they had a very good
They had a
performance.
very
I mean,
good game. We messed
majority
up.
they outperformed y'all in midfield. Especially I think y'all were overloaded on midfield.
They didn't just outperform us in midfield. They outperformed us everywhere.
That's
That's
right. Yeah,
something
that's
that
definitely.
We couldn't help. I mean,
Yeah.
they were really good. So there's that game. I mean,
Okay, so
Barcelona
now, yeah,
already
Barca.
4-0.
Yeah, so I
on-
think we should be 1 foot into the semi-finals, looking at the current form and the current way we are
Both
playing.
feet.
But the thing is, yeah, we don't want to be too complacent because we know what's happened in the past few years in the Champions League. We have been in better positions, and then but somehow this season we do have confidence that we are
Yeah, I
going
mean, you have when you have players with the skills of Yamal, Rafinha. As I said,
Yeah, don't
as
forget
we were
Pedri.
talking today morning about my 2 favorites from Barcelona. Though I don't support Barcelona, but I'm allowed to have a few favorites from the team because it's not because they are favorites per se, but because I respect them for their skill. Yamal and Rafinha,
to.
2 amazing players.
Definitely.
2 players who are, I mean, though there are other players, Pedri, Gavi, Lewandowski.
You know, it's so good hearing a Madrid fan talk about Barca players like that because half the time they always say that our players are better. It's not about being better, it's just that they try and down our
As I
players
was
and
saying
stuff.
earlier, it's about which game you perform, how you perform, how do you help your team, how do you contribute to your team. Anyways, it's a team sport.
Yeah.
It's
In
not
the
an
end,
individual game.
I think that's why Barca stand out this season as compared to Madrid because
Yes,
Madrid
they have
are
a
all
very good team game.
based on individual performances. Either it's Mbappe or it's Bellingham or it's
Mhm.
Vinicius. It's
Or
like
it's a
one.
Rodrigo. You cannot write out the eye.
Yeah. Yes, but mainly it's been this
Yeah.
season has been mainly Mbappe. In fact, it's not even been the other two.
And the thing is,
Other
see,
three.
people have had a lot of mixed opinions about Vinicius. Whether it's Madrid fans, whether it's
Yeah.
anybody. The thing, my take on it is, Vinicius has been trying to be more of a team player. Let's say. See, there are times where you're a player. We play football. We know. Sometimes you want to step up and you want to take the initiative to score, to take those runs, to make sure something. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is a team sport, and he has been trying to create those assists to make those chances for his team. He has already proven himself in the past few seasons already.
But I think if you're talking about the better left winger right now for Brazil, I think that's Rafinha. Just to be clear, is Brazil's best player, is a Barcelona player.
As a Madrid fan, I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Yeah, that means it's true.
So anyway, moving on from Rafinha and Vinicius, let's move on to the UCL. The UCL week, which we had a fabulous week for Barcelona, not so good for Madrid, a very good one for PSG, the top team now in the French divisions, and there was Inter who won away and now playing at home. So predictions for the coming second legs of all the teams.
So okay, for the Madrid Arsenal, I think Madrid might take this one.
Not too sure,
Just
but hopefully.
or it could be a draw, but I think Arsenal are definitely going to go through. Then it just depends on who scores the first goal anyway. Then for the PSG Villa game, I think PSG are going to win this game. I think they are going to do the same thing. They are going to do a 3-1 or a 3-2, but PSG are going to go through definitely. If you talk about the Barca game, I think Barca are just going to scrape it either 2-1 or they might or it might be a draw 2-all, but I think Barca are definitely going through after the first leg. It's not a problem anymore, but hopefully we at least can keep our defense strong. And for the Bayern Inter game, I think Inter are going to go through because I think they're a very stable team, so I think it should be a 1-all or a 2-1 for Inter, but Inter definitely go to reach the semi-finals to hopefully play against Barca.
Guys, clip it if Barcelona lose.
Yeah, by the time anyway, I think by the time y'all see this episode, I think the Dortmund, Barca and the Villa PSG match is going to get over. So yeah,
It's going to be fun. You'll need to clip it and make it viral.
yeah.
Do that. Him saying Barcelona going through, and then a video of Dortmund scoring all the goals and Dortmund going through.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Anyway,
So anyway, your predictions, quick predictions.
quick predictions. Hopefully Madrid go through. Arsenal's form can win it, but the 12th man will come in clutch, will be the deciding factor, I believe. For PSG, Aston Villa, the 12th man can be a deciding factor, but I think PSG going through. Barcelona definitely going through, though. Don't quote me on that. And Inter playing at home. Inter do have it already in the bag in the first half,
Yeah.
winning away and now coming home. Inter taking it.
Okay, so I think that's for the second leg. Now I think we will go to our game segment, which is Pitch Invaders. So basically, the rules go as he will take 2 Madrid players from the current squad, 2 Barca players from the current squad, and a wild card from an all-time Madrid squad.
I think it should be 4 Madrid, 2 Barcelona, and 2 legends. 8 players.
I think that will make it much easier than, and it will not be 5 players because it's like very limited. You need to select 5, so I think that
That's
makes
a
it more fun.
very scary thing.
So who do you choose?
Okay. I'll throw you a curveball. Valverde, Courtois rather. Courtois in goal, Valverde playing on my mid. I need Ronaldo, definitely. And maybe let's take Araujo, single defender, and another Barca player, right?
Yeah.
Let's take Rafinha.
Oh, okay. So my goalkeeper is going to be Chesney. My midfielder will be Pedri. My my defenders. One will be Rudiger, and the other will be Bellingham.
Nice choice.
And my attacker, of course, is going to be Messi from the all-time.
Any day.
Yeah.
So you have Chesney, Pedri, who else? Bellingham, Rudiger, and Messi.
Yeah.
Nice 5. That's a good 5.
Yeah, definitely.
I still think Madrid, my team will win against.
I
us.
don't think so. It's just nah. I've got Messi. Messi is enough, and I've got Rudiger on defense, and of course I've got Pedri and Bellingham.
So you're underestimating Araujo.
No, no. Acha, by the way, he's my favorite player. Huh?
That's the reason I asked that.
So yeah, who do y'all pick in your top 5? If you're a Barca fan, the same thing, and if you're a Madrid fan as well. So please do write it in the comment section down below. And I think that's it
For our
for the
game
first
section.
episode.
I think we still have a bit of time to go into the current standings of Premier League. I think.
Yeah, so but I think it's like the Premier League as well. We
I
all
think it's
know that
closed
the
down.
title,
Yeah, it's
the
already
title is
Liverpool.
almost wrapped up. It's just 2 games for Liverpool to win, and then they
PSG
win it.
already taken the French league.
PSG, yeah. La Liga 4 points clear. Madrid and Barça, sorry, are 4 points clear at the top. And we do have El Clasico coming up on the 11th of May. So hopefully Barca sneaks through that game, and then
I think that's
hopefully
the decider
that-
for La Liga.
that should be the title
will
decider,
probably be.
mostly.
So, if that's the decider, Real Madrid, Barcelona in Copa del Rey finals, Real Madrid, Barcelona in the La Liga finals, and if Madrid win on Wednesday, right? Wednesday night, well, the second leg of Arsenal, and they go through the semi-finals. Barcelona anyway going to the finals. Madrid, Barcelona for the UCL. So 3 El Clasicos, and an amazing few weeks ahead of us, let's say.
Yeah, definitely. And for the neutral fan as well, it's going to be a big week. I mean, it's going to be a big last few months because we've got the Champions League, which is curving up to be a thriller. And yeah, hopefully the La Liga
That's
title
gonna
race,
be amazing.
even the Serie A title race, in fact, is a very good
And I
title
mean,
race.
even after that, after the UCL's over, after the league's over, you have the Nations League semi-finals, 2 semi-finals into the finals, all in Germany, and that's going to be a thrill to watch.
Yeah, so we're hoping that for a neutral fan as well as for us fans, for me as a Barca fan, hopefully Barca do make it and they win the treble this season. But yeah,
Madrid hope the same.
Madrid will never win a treble. You can clip that. So yeah, I think
Can't
that's
clip
it.
that after Madrid win the treble.
Definitely. So I think that's it for the first episode.
That's a lovely first episode, Joshua. I think so.
Yeah, so
So thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Joshua, the stupid Barcelona fan. This is David, the
Glory
really
Hunter.
amazing, loyal Madrid fan.
Loyal Madrid fan. Glory Hunter.
So
And yeah, thank you for tuning in for this first episode with us, and hopefully you enjoy it. And yeah, please write down your suggestions in the comment section as
what
well.
do you want us to talk about in the next episode? We do
Yeah.
have a El Clasico special coming up for the CDR.
Hopefully got the CDR final, so let's hope for it. Let's see how it goes.
So Hala Madrid,
Visca Barca.
and all the best to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you have an amazing day ahead, and stay tuned. We'll be bringing you back more episodes very soon. So take care.
And goodbye.